morning. It is Kirsten Liebelt. How are you? How are you doing? How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in from the balcony on TikTok at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Unless I'm traveling or there's a holiday, we go live right here, you guys, when we talk about insulin resistance. Do you know that we've been doing this for over a year? So if this is information that you need on a regular basis, a consistent basis, you need to understand how to use insulin resistance in order for you to view how to lose weight, how to get off meds, how to feel better, how to not ache, how to get sleep, how to have energy, blah, 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 blah. That's what we do here every single day. So today we're going to talk about, this is really cool, actually. This is information from Dr. Eric Berg that is about fatty liver, but it's a little different than what we've done before. So I think you're really going to enjoy this. One of you sent me this information. I love it when you guys send me information, or I shouldn't say that because, I don't have time actually to watch a ton of things. However, I just knew this was going to be good because I knew the context. So thank you, Magda, darling. You're amazing. Let's see. What is the housekeeping for today? Housekeeping for today is, number one, the free 5-day insulin resistance reset challenge starts on Monday the 5th, May 5th. In the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Don't miss out, you guys. This is an opportunity for you to actually have a blueprint or a track to run on. Because you know what happens is we just kind of make stuff up, or we take in all of this noisy information around us. There's so much noise, right? It's all about balance, and all you have to do is eat in a calorie deficit, and all you have to do is intermittent fast, and whatever, paleo and whole food and Mediterranean and keto and and it gets noisy. And guess what? A confused mind does nothing. It does nothing. That's what a confused mind does. So if you need to streamline your thought process so that you can actually get results and move forward, that's what we're going to do. Good morning, Magda. I'm going to do some of Dr. Eric Berg's information today that you sent me. So thank you very, very much. Very helpful. So that's what is happening. The free 5-day challenge is next month. We do it every single month. This is our 24th one. And that gives you an opportunity to literally walk yourself to success, walk yourself to victory, walk yourself to health, to feeling good. I don't know what it is for you. I really, really don't. I wanted to just be high functioning. My dad died of type 2 when he was 63. His health tanked. His meds went up, his health went down, and then he was dead at 63. I did the opposite. I was a 2X when I entered my 50s. I didn't want to take meds, not at all. I started to increase, I wasn't doing any. So I began to supplement and then target my supplementation, increasing it in many different ways and kind of layers. And I traded out my food ingredients. Let's see, that afforded me that consistency of working that journey, I lost 3 sizes in my 50s. I avoided type 2, and I'm the only person in my family who did, of my immediate family. I'm Italian. So the larger piece of the Italian puzzle with, a lot of obesity and a lot of type 2. And I'm not on any meds, and I'm 60. So what is your story going to be? What's it going to be? A year from now, you're going to look back, and are you going to be able to say, I am so proud that I stepped in and I actually took action, and I might not be exactly where I want to be, but I'm on a really good path. Somebody reached out to me this morning and she said, okay, I'm back. I'm ready to get back on the trio again. It was working so well for me, but then life happened. So I need to get back on the trio. And she said that orange pixie stick kind of has my attention. We'll talk about that at the end. But my point being that, yep, life happens. But the victory in that is that she's still determined to make a difference in her health. That's the difference. And so be proud of yourself. No shame. No shame in the game, people. The time is going to pass anyway. It's, don't expect or require perfection. For Pete's sake, you can't do that. That doesn't work very well. Good morning, Patty. Good morning. Testimony queens are on here this morning. Just hanging out. You guys need to hang out with other people who are like testimony queens, because I'll tell you, that is how you just copy somebody else. Just copy somebody else, like do what they did, get the results that they have. Okay. So I really do love talking about the fatty liver in general, but because we do not understand that when it comes to insulin resistance is creating the leaky gut. It's creating the fatty liver. It's creating your inability to lose weight. It's creating the fat burning mode off switch in your body. And you're like, what is going on? I used to always be able to lose weight. I used to always be able to get results. I used to be able to count my points, get on the elliptical, run around town, whatever, and lose weight. Now I can't. It's because the lens is changed and you haven't changed your glasses yet. So just hang out for a few minutes. We won't be here that long. Hang out for a few minutes, change your glasses, and then we'll move forward together, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll come back on again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you can get another little dose. So if this is helpful information at any given point, please share it with somebody that you want to maybe buddy up with, or that they need to hear this. Hit like on the like buttons and subscribe on the subscribe buttons. Do the things, because it's just you stepping into kind of okay, I'm actually going to receive mode and move forward. Like, I'm not going to let this summer of 2025 totally just wash me out of the game, so that I hit September and I'm like, wow, I barbecued my butt off all summer. And I wish that I would have at least made some strides, because now Christmas doesn't look very easy at all. Get a jump now. Get a jump now. Good morning, Linda. Good to see you. Oh, everybody's in the house. You guys are awesome. All right. So TikTok, I was not on yesterday because I couldn't log in. Stuff happens. So I apologize, but I'm back. So I guarantee that, you've really probably never heard information like this before. This is coming from Dr. Eric Berg. If you do not know who he is, ERIC. And this has to do with your fatty liver and the hidden signs and the real reasons that fat is actually stuck in your liver. And what does this mean? And where is it coming from? I actually have sorry, that was noisy. I actually have a t-shirt that my girlfriend made me that says, love your liver, because we talk about the liver so much. So if you want to know insulin resistance and liver stuff, this is your place. You are in the right place. So when it comes to your liver and stubborn belly fat, okay, so I'm going to dive into 2 signs of a fatty liver that you need to know. And when you are deeper, and we're going deeper into a shocking truth that we just learned here recently. So the first signs of a fatty liver. Who wants to know the first signs of a fatty liver? What do you think they are? What do you think the first signs are of a fatty liver? It's kind of a trick question. There are actually no signs of a fatty liver. This is why this is such an issue, you guys. Most people have 0 symptoms, no pain, no obvious signs, nothing to warn you. In fact, listen up to this statistic. 30% of overweight children already have a fatty liver, and 40% of the entire adult population has it. 40% has fatty liver. 30% of overweight children. Most without a clue. Why? Because it's silent until it's not. The second sign, take a quick glance down at your belly. Okay, don't let anybody, I understand this one very, very well. If it is sticking out more than you'd like, a protruding abdomen could be one of the most common outward signs of a fatty liver. One of the most common. It's easy to dismiss, but your body might be telling you something something deeper is going on. So fatty liver, belly fat, we talk about this a lot, you guys, when it comes to insulin resistance, because that's one of the main signs of insulin resistance. but it is also a fatty liver. Now, this all goes together, so don't be confused. Whether you're talking about high cortisol, high insulin, fatty liver, it all kind of shows up in the belly, but that's why we deal with all of it at the same time. That's why my conversations circle around that drain. Get it to go down the drain. This is why we circle. Let's talk about supplementation that's targeted for insulin resistance, high cortisol, liver, insulin resistance, high cortisol, liver. Literally, that's my conversation with you every single day. Because you can get the most amazing results when you target, when you pull back your arrow like this. Bullseye, right? That's what we do. So here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, now again, this is Dr. Eric Berg. Your liver is the only organ in the body that can regenerate itself 100% by volume and size. That's amazing news, but there is a point of no return. Did you know that? There is a point of no return. So it's critical to act before the damage becomes irreversible. When your fat cells, now this is where we get a little sciencey, but just track me here because I'm convinced 100% that if you understand some basic pieces of why something is happening, you will be more consistent in fixing it. And then you'll get the lab results or the body composition results that you actually want, or maybe it's the lack of meds or whatever. And you'll be like, woohoo, I'm glad that I listened for 2 minutes to a science explanation. It's okay, right? When your fat cells reach their max capacity, I think we all maybe feel like that's true sometimes, and they do have a limit, they become damaged. Blood supply drops, inflammation rises, and scar tissue builds. Okay? These fat cells can no longer store fat. So where does that fat go? The question, right? It spills out and it starts to get stored around your organs. Around your organs. This is called ectopic fat, and it's dangerous. It is emitting inflammation. It's emitting hormones. It's the dangerous fat. So now we're not messing around anymore, right? On one conversation that I might have with you, we might talk about how frustrating it is that you can't zip up your jeans or that you're bloated and that you're tired of feeling trashy and exhausted in the morning. But then we kind of lean over into this more serious conversation about that fat that's underneath the fat that you can squeeze. No bueno, no bueno, right? Like that's the dangerous fat that we want to get rid of. So ectopic fat hides in places like your muscles, your pancreas, around your heart, your kidneys, and especially in your abdominal cavity. You could easily store 4 to 6 liters of this fat around your organs, and it just keeps expanding. What's wild is most of the fat in a fatty liver isn't even from regular fat cells, it's ectopic fat. So it's that extra fat. Remember the very base core conversation. This is what we do here in a nutshell. If you want to know whether or not you're in the place that you want to be, you want to follow this kind of content, here you go. You either resonate or you don't. Insulin resistance is the trunk of the tree that we talk about all day, every day. And everything else comes from that trunk. PCOS, fatty liver, type 2 diabetes, gout, leaky gut, high blood pressure, like it goes on. It goes on and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. Okay? But the problem is that you don't know that you are insulin resistant. So we'll get to that. Some of you do because you've been diagnosed, but some of you don't. Okay? So I view everything through the lens of insulin resistance. Your weight loss, the fact that if your liver is not functioning, you can't burn fat. If your insulin is high, you can't burn fat. The meds that you're on, Sue, who's been on here before, she started watching my content about a year ago, a little over a year ago, started to trade out her foods because I teach grain, sugar, and legume free, because when you're insulin resistant, life is different. So she starts doing that. She adds in the targeted supplementation that I talk about. In 1 year, she's off of 10 meds and she's lost 50 pounds. Because when you change how you're viewing things, I know it's noisy out there. I understand. I get it, especially with younger people. Not dissing on them at all. Not at all. Listen, I did nothing. I did nothing in my 30s. So who am I to talk? I was not educating anybody about, and I was educating my children with homeschooling, but I wasn't educating anybody on health in my 30s. But when you are 50, it needs to shift. If you haven't shifted who you're listening to, I'm just telling you, it's a little different. 35, 50, because this is a hormonal conversation, right? All right. So, now, okay. So nearly 60%, this is so interesting, you guys. Nearly 60%, specifically 59% of the fat in your liver actually comes from other areas of your body. Your fat cells get overwhelmed, they break down, and their contents leak into the bloodstream, ending up in the liver. Holy cannoli. About 28% of liver fat comes from your liver making its own fat from glucose. I'm going to explain this in just a second. Even without eating sugar. This process is called gluconeogenesis. It's when the liver makes sugar from protein or other non-carb sources, especially if there's not enough insulin to stop it. The last source of liver fat is your diet, especially when you consume sugar and refined carbs. These spike your sugar, overflow your fat cells, and cause fat to accumulate around the organs. Over time, your blood sugar may still look normal. I'm going to explain that in just 2 seconds because you need to hear this again and again and again. Your blood sugar might still look normal, but your insulin is sky high. For years, your body tries to compensate until it can't. So eventually what happens is your pancreas gets exhausted. It can't produce enough insulin. And now blood sugar spikes out of control. This is the setup for diabetes, metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, and yes, a fatty liver. It becomes a vicious cycle when too many carbs damage the system, the fat cells stop working, and the liver takes the hit. At the very heart of this whole problem is simple. Too many carbohydrates. Understanding this gives you the power to turn it around. The liver can regenerate, but it starts with removing the overload. This is where the healing begins. So I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes with my first baby. And at that point, that would have been like, oh, look at there, you're insulin resistant. But I didn't do anything about my own insulin resistance. And so I'm like 22, 30, my dad's dead, type 2 diabetes. He's 63. I do nothing until I'm in my upper 40s. Like I'm super slow turtle, very slow, not paying attention to my body, not paying attention to my health. I'm Italian, leave me alone. No judging, no. And so in my upper 40s, my mom won't leave me alone about my sugars. And she's really on me, like white on rice. Kirsten, Ann, have you not checked your sugars? What's wrong with you? Like she's on me. So I finally decided I'm going to do something. I am so far removed from being a granola person of any kind, like way removed. But I start to supplement. And I do that because I don't think I can trade out my foods. So the first thing that I do is I start with the trio. I talk to you guys about this all the time. That's the 3 supplements that have the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. This is where I started. So many of you can just do the baseline of trio and then add things later if you want to or don't. It doesn't, it's up to you, right? But this is the baseline. This literally supported me in losing 3 sizes in my 50s. because you're breaking down your insulin, your sugars, you're increasing the function of your liver, and you're boosting your metabolism all in one. They work synergistically together, these three. This is where I started a little over 10 years ago. That's fine. Then I traded out my foods. I started to trade out my ingredients, and that was 3 to 4 years for me. I was very slow. Now, when I teach you guys, like in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Now, good morning, Phyllis. Good to see you from Arkansas. Got Tennessee on, Minnesota, Arkansas. This is great. New York. This is, my journey. I'm just convinced that now when I get to teach you guys the two things, the food ingredient trade outs and the targeted supplementation, I get to help you like really nail down and compress your time. And that's probably the most fun part about what I get to do with you guys, is because I already have the compassion and the empathy for how long it took me. So I understand, and I can now see your picture through my eyes of like, no, you're doing better than you think you are. Like this lady who reached out to me this morning, she's like, the trio was doing so well for me, but life got in the way. I need to place another order. I'm like, no problem. Like, this is what happens. Be proud of yourself that you decided you were not going to let that sabotage you for another year. Life gets in the way for all of us. This is how this works. Somebody dies, there's a wedding, there's a reunion, there's a whatever. And we haven't maybe gotten all of the tools in our toolbox yet. It's okay. Like, you're getting there. Keep going. But when I did start to trade out my foods, then I realized, hey, I could still be a total foodie. I didn't have to stop being a foodie. So when we do the free 5-day challenge next week in the group, that's where I get to help you guys with the ingredient trade outs. And I show you the inside of my pantry and my refrigerator. Like, come on in and join me, right? We do this all the time because I want you to have visual aids. I want you to know. And by the way, just to let you know, just a little side note, when you refer, like you have your testimony, when you refer a customer to me, I will take whatever their order is and I will turn it into 10%. I'll take 10% of that, turn that into Amazon cash for you so that you can trade out something in your pantry. Maybe it's sweeteners or flours, or you need a new kitchen tool, or you want some of Maria Emmert cookbooks. Like, I can't think of a better way to say thank you for referring people to me than to give you a path to be able to add this and add this and add this from the different things we talk about in the group. Okay, so some of you want to take it to another level because you already have liver issues, you already know you have gut issues. That's where I talk to you all about every day. Every day we talk about the gut reset protocol. So if you're doing this, if you're taking a scoop of this every single morning, I put mine in cold water. It has 6 different products in one. It's not just a greens product. It's literally everything combined, and add that with a probiotic. Live. You want them to be live cultures, 5 strains on your tongue. Easy. But my point being that, and again, this tastes like tea, you guys. I'm sorry, it doesn't taste like, creamy chocolate. But it has fermented greens and alkaline spices and digestive enzymes. Do you know that you produce less and less digestive enzymes? All of the good things, the pre-postbiotics, all of the good things. But what's happening is it's helping people on this huge spectrum. So number one, it's for your liver health. Like, if you don't have a gallbladder, that's frustrating, because now you've probably been really guarding the way you eat and the way you function. And it affects your travel. It affects your social events. It affects everything because your liver is taking the full weight because the gallbladder was removed, right? Well, on one end, I have somebody who had a lot of diarrhea issues because of a short gut syndrome. It helped within days, or maybe she was 3 weeks. I always want to underestimate, not overestimate. Within, let's say the first tub, let's say the first month, she's like, I have spent years with this. On the other end of the spectrum, somebody who is on a regular basis going to a drugstore and getting over-the-counter help because of constipation. That one was within a few days. Gonzo. Impacted waste moving through your body. Can you imagine when your liver is tired and toxic, and then you have impacted waste buildup? Like your system, no wonder you're exhausted, right? No wonder. And then the last piece that I'll share with you, and if somebody wants to do all of it, I call that the total body reset system. Some of you want to do that. Some of you want to dissect a little bit. Always reach out to me if you have a question. Don't do nothing because your mind is confused. That doesn't serve you right now for where you want to be in 30, 60, 90, 120 days. Don't sit and be confused today. Say, I'm actually just going to ask a question. It's on my heart to ask a question. I'm going to find out what I actually need, because maybe I don't want to do the whole total body reset system. I just want to maybe only look at the trio or my gut or whatever. Okay, so don't be confused. The last piece of the total body reset system is the fat burner. If you have visceral fat, if you have fatty liver, if you have your waist has become thick, your hips have become hippie, literally targets visceral belly fat. I'm seeing it on scans that people are telling me about. I am tracking my own inches lost. I have many of you telling me your inches lost, 3.5, 2, 1, over 90 days. Tastes like candy. Do 90 days on and 30 days off. I'm on my 30 days off right now. I don't like it. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just that it does taste so good. It tastes just like an orange pixie stick, like when you're a kid. And don't put it in water. It'll just dilute it. You won't ruin it. But if you like candy supplement taste, then you put it right on your tongue. And it's like, okay. So I'm just telling you that. So that's the total body reset system. And you can always reach out to me and say, listen, I was on it's not Angela. She wants to know if it's available in Canada. It hasn't launched there yet. My Canadian customers are the best. I will let you guys know the second I see any kind of information come through my back office or whatever, where I can see what is launching when. I will let you know. Canada, it's the trio for now. And then the gut reset, the probiotic is available, but the gut primer and the orange pixie stick fat burner is not yet in Canada. But I just, when that opens up, when you guys get launched, that's going to be amazing because you're going to want to try it. And then some of you are going to want to probably share it with other people. Share it and make a little money if you want to. But anyway, thank you for asking. You're putting together another trio order, Angela. Okay, that's perfect. Yes. I wish it was. I mean, if I had you can check, but anyway, I don't know if I can look it up here because I don't have my Canadian link on this phone. But anyway, we can check. But that's the total body reset system for anybody that really, really wants to go. You kind of want to accelerate and go faster. Though that's where we get so many amazing results, where people are doing everything, but don't let that limit you. Thank you for the hearts. You're amazing. I appreciate you guys on TikTok so much. Don't let it stop you. You know what? If you have to baby step your way into something, it's okay. Something is better than nothing, right? When I talk to you about the 5-day resets that we do every month, and the next one is starting on Monday, so don't miss out. Don't feel like you have to get every single piece of your puzzle right now. If you require yourself to get every single piece all the time, then you're just literally going to give up. But if you go into it, if you enter a challenge like that and you go, I just need one or two things that I just need to be able to apply in the month of May. And then when we do another one in June, I just need one or two things to apply to the month of June. You don't need 50 steps. If I told you there were 50 steps to success, how many of you would be super excited about that? Nobody wants 50 steps. Talk about noise and overwhelm. I want your life to be so streamlined. 2 things: targeted supplements, food ingredient trade outs. Targeted supplements, I have no idea why that paused on Instagram. Sorry about that. Targeted supplements and food ingredient trade outs. Those two things. Let's keep it simple. What's hard is this. What's hard is this, the heart connection to food. But don't be shaming yourself about it. No shame. We recognize, assess, and we move on. Okay. And this is how you guys are getting such good results, because maybe you just needed somebody to give you permission to stop beating yourself up. Maybe that's what you needed. I don't know. Some of you need different things. So anyway, all right, I'll see you back here again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's always so good to come to you guys and just to be able to share with you. You just all become my friends. And I want to be able to literally only ever talk to you about things through the lens of insulin resistance so that you can get better results and so that you can actually move forward. When I started 10 years ago, all I had available to me was the trio. That's all I had. That's all that and trading up my ingredients. So this is not less than. It's not. Okay. It's just that, you know what? A couple of other things came along that fit my parameters of what I want to be able to use and teach. And sure enough, the results just show up. They just show up. And it's amazing. So, all right. Have such a splendid day. And I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye, you guys.